Good afternoon, students. Today I'll be starting with the help of the chapters which has been related with the help of its certain theories of like in the last lectures, like we have like missed it out certain theories, so that will be clearing out the concept today itself. So as into the last lecture we learned with the help of into management control, how you run with the help of in management when you being into the organization, how you speak, how you coordinate with each and everyone, how the thing is how you control, as if we got a clear cut differences between like what you mean by planning exactly, like planning, directing, organizing, controlling and staffing. So like we learned with the one concept into the last lecture that was related with the help of an control. So like that was the management, the control we learned how you like run your management into the organization, how you control each and everything, that was it. Then afterwards we went with the next terms that is called an evolutions. Also we have learned how the management has been enforced. So we learn so many authors like Frederick Taylor, like some around Adam Smith and all. So this is all the different Taylors who is the who is the father of the scientific management, who has developed the theory of arts and science. So this was the concepts they have been disclosed like on the last time, that on the previous time. Now there was one more like some theory like we have just missed it out. So that theory will be winding up today itself. And today even we will be moving with the first one more chapter, that is called as an organization. So we'll be learning what are the organization, how the terms organization which has been framework. Now as you being a contingency managemental theory. Now there was one theory that is called a contingency managemental theory. It has been said in this type of theory. It has been said that in the manager should be the manager should be having certain kind of actions. He should be moving into certain kind of action. Now, action means not in the sense to fight with the people. It is like the thing is what he should be saying. He should be guides to each and everyone. Like this, you need to do this. The things you need to perform on that way. This is the work how you need to perform on that way. And if the thing is, if there is any kind of queries, if it is comes on that time, so then afterwards the thing is he'll be winding out that kind of queries. So that is why the term it has been said here. A theory is based on the premises that the manager prefers. Actions or an approaches depend on the variable of the situations of the phase. Means as per the situation, as per the thing is he need to perform that way, like how the situation it is going on into the organization. If there is any kind of queries occurs, or else if there is any kind of queries occurs, so on that time he should be take for. He should not let go to each and everyone, or he should be not put certain way where the thing is the people fights amongst each and everyone. So that is this is one type of theory. It has been said by the author that is called the contingency managemental theory. Means he need to put certain kind of actions. Actions means in the sense he should be taking forth whether it is in right. It means he should be take a corrective decision, whether it is a right or whether it is a wrong. So that is why the thing is parallelly he should be taking forth with each and everyone, and then afterwards the thing is it's a one type of a management which has been enforced. Now the thing is we'll be learning what are the main thing comes on that time, like what are the theories basically depends upon. So first it is what approach depends on the variable of the situation. Now means how the thing is he needs to be take forth, or how he needs to be like give his views on that time by after seeing the variable, in the sense after being the variable into the surrounding in the sense to how they become into the organization. So they behave how the people behave, and with the help of the behaviors and with the help of it he needs to give it yes it is a right or whether it is a wrong. So this sentence should be arise drawn on all the past theory in attempting to analyzing the solving problems. Now basically this theory is related with the help of it where there is any kind of a dispute occurs. So like he should be just seeing from the past differences whether if this matter it has been discussed previously. So like previously what was the answer, and that answer you need to take forth once again, and then after you will need to finally it out the final decision whatever the answer it is been there. It is integrative. Summarized as in it all depends device. Tell the managers to look to the experience and the past and to consider many options before choosing. Encourage the managers to stay flexible. So it is what a manager should be very flexible whenever he is performing any kind of actions or any kind of approach like he is giving out. So that is why the thing is the manager should be good to the subordinators and even to the superior also. So if the subordinator is having certain kind of problems with the people who are having with the help of the superior, so then afterwards the thing is he need to take forth on that time, and if in between if there is any kind of queries occurs or any type of a miscommunication occurs, so on that type of he need to wind it up how the miscommunication has been completed. So these are the main type of scopes of an continuous managemental theory, where it has been said means a manager should not keep a quiet as if any kind of a dispute occurs into the organization, or else there is certain kind of a miscommunication occurs into the organization. He should be taking a corrective actions, and he should be say whether if it is a right or whether it is a wrong. This type of theory is also being used in the help of a continuous theory. Now there one type of it quality management theory it has been said. Now here it has been given what is the quality theory it has been given. Now in the quality theory it has been given the essence of the quality of any output is the ability to meet the needs of the person or a group. Now how you can show the quality? The quality is what how as if I'm giving certain kind of it output. So I'm getting means as if I'm giving a certain kind of it output means as if I'm giving any kind of it benefits to you. So that is called a one type of it quality. Means as if the thing is I'm clearing your doubts. If you are having out any problems, I'm not doing just no, I won't be taking out. I won't say like that. If you are having any kind of doubts, you ask to that questions, you raise to that questions, and finally what it happens like our conversation completes. So that's a quality which I give it to you. Means that's the quality which I'm giving to you. And that thing we are like clarifying internal into the depth. So that is one type of a theory which has been said with the help of a quality. So how you will be raising the quality management by giving with the help of an output. As if I give you the information and as if the information is being completed properly, so there won't be any kind of a barriers occurred when you being into the organization. Because what as if you need to show certain kind of a good qualities when you being into the organization, then only the thing is the management works properly. Because as if means as if I'm paying to you, as if I'm paying to you means that's the input which giving from my end to you. So it is the second part. It is what it's you are giving me the quality. I am not giving you the quality. So that makes the sense. Means you are giving me the quality and you are raising out that quality, and with the help of it raising of that quality, you are giving me the output, and then after a certain period I am giving you the input. So this type of theory is also given by the author. So like in this also it has been given the types of it internal depth. What are the features here it is given? The quality school is the most current and it's worldwide. Now the quality schools means as if nowadays into quality schools and each and every organization also they wants to develop the good qualities when related when you being into the management, when you being into the organization. It's a root as a behavior, quantity, systems and continuous schools of managemental theory. Now it's a root means in the sense it is a one path, it's a one path from where the tree means as if you're being into the organization and you're being into the organization there is a root means with the help of this the path you if this path if you develop a good behavior, if you develop a good quantitative way of talking and a quantitative way of a technical methods, if you wind it up each and everything, so finally what it happens means as a one part of its root, and with the help of it one part of roots the thing is what your each and every quality is differs, and with the help of it quality differs, you're getting your organization into the certain pyramids. Next is what people are key to commitments and performance. Now in the quality management it is what a one section which has been said. Now in this one section it has been said with the help of an commitments and performance. Means as if you're giving me the output, so like with this you're giving me a commitment. Commitment in the sense means whether it is because as if you're being into the organization, there is a certain kind of a commitment. Means as if you said yes, I'll do this work by today itself by like first half or a second half. So like that things should be done. It is not like that it's okay, we'll be doing next time or some day after. So it should be not like that. So like when you being into organization, so that is why this type of theory in this type of theory it has been said where the thing is what you need to show the quantity. When you are showing the quality, so with the help of the quality, your commitments is also improved, and with the help of that commitments, your performance also will be developed. Because as if the thing is output comes, so finally like we can just conclude it out with that part that the thing is the commitments also differed, and you're getting good commitments, and with this with your helping with the help good performance you're getting out. Then after what is done must be evaluated by quantitatively and qualitatively. Means as if you're showing any kind of it qualities, any type into management, you need to think about it. What is the quality it has been said and what is the quantity it has been said, and how the thing is this quality and quantitatively how you're performing on that time, what type of it commitments you're getting out, what type of it output as if you're rating her, so how you're showing that kind of a performance. So this is what a quality, basically this type of a management in this, it has been seen with the help of an quality, how you're showing with the help of an quality. Next, it is found here. It is like important for examination. Also, I can say to you, it's like Hawthorne studies which has been said. Now, in this Hawthorne study, it has been made mostly. It has been involved into the help of a production. And when you bring into the productions, so on that time, it has been said to each and every manager should be very dedicated to the work, and he should be doing with the help of an R&D. So, like without doing any kind of it R&D, they can't enforce it on that time. So that is the study of the workers. Now the efficiency. Now basically this Hawthorne work studies, it is being mainly with the help of a workers efficiency. Basically this theory, it has been set it up with the help of the workers efficiency. Now it has been given like work of a Western Electrical Company during 24 to 34. 24 to 32. Now here it has been shared one kind of a case study, and with the help of that case study it has been analyzed into the longer period of time. Now workers' productivity was measured as a various level of light illumination. Researcher found that regardless of whether the light level were raised or lower, productivity and rose. So basically the thing is this study it has been explaining to you your dedication, the efficiency of the workers, and as if it has been said, if the thing is what, if the light and your the thing is it has been given one type of it electrical company, he has been given certain kind of a theory he has been developed. He said when the light is off and how the workers work on that time, and when the light is on, so how dedication they shows to them. So this thing they have been measured. So that is why it's the one type of it like theory where the thing is they are raising with the help of it productivity. So here the thing is with the workers productivity was measured. So the thing is I bolded out that thing. So at least with the help of that colors you can defer with the help of it productivity was measured. So in this type of theory they have been said when the light is on, how the workers are performing their duties, and then after how dedicatedly they show certain kind of quality. Now when the light is off, so like how the workers are showing the good qualities or a bad quality, or how they are showing the performance. So as if the finally the thing is they have been got to know when the light is on, the people are more dedicated to the work, and when the light is off, the people are not dedicated to the work. So this type of theory, the Hawthorne theory he has done, and with the help of this theory, he got to know about the productivity, that the thing is how it has been increased or decreased, and how it has been increased and decreased with the help of an efficiency of the workers when we being into the organization. Now, so that is why there is one more theory which has been said, X and Y theory. It's one type of Maslow's theory here. It has been discussed. Now in the X and Y theory, now in the X theory, mostly the people are all bad. Okay, they are not efficient to the workers. They are not dedicated to the workers. And the thing is, whatever the managers and whatever the superiors say to that person, so ultimately they are like they are least bothered. And when related with the help of in like wise theory, here it is what the people are not lazy, okay, and the thing is what they are more dedicated to the work, and they think about it themselves that as if I grow more or as if I show more type of it potential levels into the organization, so I know definitely the thing is I'll be getting an incentives and rewards or a bonus like whatever it is. So here the people are more dedicated to the workers when you being into the organization. Now see, I'll just go it out the words. Now the first in X it has been said employees are lazy. Okay. Next it is what employees not lazy. So I'm going parallelly with the help of an X also and with the Y also. Here the thing is he is saying with the help of it, here it has been lazy. Here it is not lazy. Manager must closely supervise because as if it is an X now. So like in the theory X they have been said, the people into the X they said you need to closely supervise to each and every employee into the organization. Because with the help of intention or with the help of a supervising only, they can show the good type of a dedications into the organization. Next it is what it has been said, must create a work settings to the building initiative. Now here it has been said must create. Now in the theory why here it has been said as if you want to show the good dedication into the organization, you need to create certain kind of initiative. Initiative in the sense it is what as if that person is got certain kind of duty. So you should not say like that person will be doing out. It's not my cup of tea or whatever it has been said. Or as if you are saying out no, it is not dedicated to the work is not given to me. It is given to someone else. So this is what an irresponsible person it is being said. Means you should be initiative. As if means you if you are motivated here, then only the thing is you can grow more. Now the thing is last it has been said with the help of a theory X, create a strict rule and define the reward. Means in this the thing is what as if to develop the theory X people, they need to get certain kind of a strict rule. Means with the help of the strict rule, they'll be following each and everything, and then afterwards the thing is that more intention will be to get the reward. And because what it happens now, as if into when the theory X is when it has been performed on that time. So on that time, what will be happening out if they given certain kind of a strict rule? No, you not need to do this. It should be dedicated in the certain period of time. Your work should be completed out. If this kind of a theory has been checked, so ultimately the thing is the worker will be more dedication to the workers. Now when related with the help of a theory Y, provides authority to the workers. Now you're in this, the thing is what already the workers are dedicated to the work, they're more efficient to the workers. So the next part it is what your the thing is what the authority is only provided to the workers. And with the authority the thing is what that person becomes more dedicated into the organization. And that person shows more initiative. So that is why so that is why in this theory, in X and Y it has been said, this X theory is a wrong theory where you can say it out, and the Y theory it is called as a good, it's a good theory where the thing is you can analyze each and everything. So finally, I can conclude it out with this with this point that is being said with the help of an approach to the management that use bridges quantitative techniques to the maximum, the use of organization resources with the help of now how the thing is the management, how the evaluations has been controlled. Now the how the evaluation had been enhanced. So that is why you can say a management is having certain kind of an approach that is being used, and with the help of qualitative and quantitative techniques. So with the help of these three things, division of labor, then afterwards structure and span of control. Now as if it has been said, division of labors in the sense it is what there should be so much of labor, and then afterwards the labor should be more, they all should be a skilled and semi-skilled, and they should be more dedicated to the workers. So that thing should be there when related with the help of a division of the workers. Means all the people should be coming together. So there afterwards, then this labor will be performing their duty. Then afterwards, structure. Now in this structure, in the sense it is what the structure, they need to use certain kind of a theory. And with the help of the theories, the thing is they need to frame it out, how to plan, how to organize, how to direct, how to control each and everything. And then after finally, the thing is they can be getting a drawback relating to this. And finally, that's the last point that is called the span of control. Now, span of control is the sense it is what where a group of the peoples are involving together, and with the help of the group of the people, the thing is it is a relationship between the two way where superiors and subordinates come together, and then afterwards the thing is what they allocated certain kind of resources. Means they utilize whatever the resources they want, and rest of all the resources the thing is they utilize into their hand. And certain period of time, once they are winding up with each and everything, so like finally they are being getting up with the help of a set of new rules and regulations. So these are the what a span of control which has been said. So they basically now like I have binded up this chapters into the your evaluation. So I'll just summarize you each and every concept what we have learned into the last one, and what we have like clear it out into this session. Now we learn with the help of in control, how the control it has been done, what are the process of control we have learned with it with management. Then afterwards we learn with the help of the concept, with the help of the steps where the thing is internally how you go, and we learn with the different techniques where the thing is the managemental controls it has been done. We went with a certain kind of evaluations, how the thing is the management it has been started, and what are the difference between management and the management into art as well as a science. We learn with the help of an R&D. We learn with so many where there the thing is we learn with the help of an authors. different authors who has been take forth on that time. And after take forthing each and everything, the thing is they had been given certain kind of good ideas, good generations to it, and then afterwards with the help of it they have then afterwards there are so many authors, with the help of the authors they have been developed with the new ideas, with the help they shown about how you need to be a qualitative and quantitative when you being into the organization, and how you go move it to the correct direction when you are into the organization. So and how the thing is different types of the theories, and with the help of the theories it has been utilized into the longer period of time. So these are the techniques what they have been utilized on that time. Okay, so that is what they have been said with the help of this type of a theory. Then afterwards we learn with the help of contingency theory, and then after quantitative theory or quantitative quiz theory, where the thing is it was been enforced. Then afterwards finally we have minded up with the help of a theory X and theory Y, where we have shown who are the people who are good, who are the bad. Then afterwards we learn with the help of a Hartron theory, or they have been shown one type of a case study when related with the help of an electronic company work, where he has been shown the people who are the way if the lights are off, how the people are more dedicated, and if the lights is on, how the people are more dedicated. And finally the thing is they have been minded up. So that is basically this chapter it has been dealing with the concluding part. I'll be just explaining to you that you need to show certain kind of quantitatives and theories, and with the help of its quantitatives and theories, thing is you need to analyze the people, how we being into the organization for the longer period of time. And because if as if you show a good dedications and good theory into it, so ultimately your commitments and performance had been increased. So as if your commitments and performance has been increased, so you can grow into the longer period of time, and there won't be any kind of like miscommunications or barriers occurred, because as if what it happens, you show certain kind of performance, and nowadays commitments are improved more. So like when you want to develop any kind of skills, any kind of theories, so first important it is one you need to identify what are the theories, how you need to set it up the theories, and finally the thing is you need to move it into the longer period of time, and you need to think how the dedications and technically you're performing. So like with the help of qualitative and quantitative methods, how you're dedicated to it. So this we have minded up with the help of proper way of resources also, and with this the thing is we got to know about how the resources have been allocated for the longer period of time. So these are the way where the thing is what, or these are different way of evolutions and theories. With the help of it, we got to know about the productivity into the organization. And with the productivity, the thing is how you are enforcing out each and every concept into the different departments. Now we'll be moving out with the help of the next point. With the help of it, we'll be moving with the help of the next chapter, that is called with the help. Just a minute. We'll be moving out with a new chapter that is called an organization. Now in this chapter, what we'll be learning about the organization. Now basically this chapter which will be dealing, now we learn with the help of different sections where we learn with how to control, what was the evolutions we got to know, how the management runs. Till the time we was only learning about the management. So like we got to know in organization nowadays we require a management. So now the thing is we will be learning the introduction type one. There's one more chapter from your subject that is called an introductions of an organization. Now in this introductions to the organization, it is what where you're showing organization. Now in this chapter you will be learning about what exactly the meaning of organization, what is the process of organization, how the different departmental wise how you're showing out. Now in this we'll be learning with the concept of departmentations also, how in organization you are having a different department, and from the different departments it has been interacted from one department to some other department. And with this parallelly you will be also learning about the span of control, the concept of span of control when you're being into the organization, where other thing is your superiors and subordinates come together, and then afterwards they completed the work with the full of dedication into the organization. And finally the thing is they're winded up that kind of in management, because what as if it's a one type of it concepts into the management. So now in this chapter you'll be learning about it with the help of an organization. What do you mean by organization? How it is being take for that type of it organization. Now Now, first it is what we'll be learning with the help of a meaning. Now here it has been given organization meaning. Now an organization, it's a process defining and grouping the activity of an enterprise and establishing the authority relationship amongst them. A system of cooperative activities of two or more people is called an organization. Here I have given the two meanings where it has been said where first it has been given one type of process where you define, where you're getting a defining, where you're defining each and everything, and where group of the activities of enterprise and establish authority and relationship among them. Where group of the activities means group of the involvement of the people are coming together, and then afterwards they are showing a good type of improvement into the organization, and then afterwards with this they're getting certain kind of authority and responsibility in this hand is called as this thing it has been called as an organization. Now, next it is what a system of a cooperative. Now, meaning, one more meaning it has been given. A system of cooperative activity of two or more people is called as the organization. Now, where you can see what I mean by organization, it is not with where only one people is only handling each and everything. As if the people, there are two or more people who are being into the organization, they are showing certain kind of good techniques, good ideas wherever it has been generated, and the generation it has been for the longer period of time. Means they are showing certain kind of advantages into this. And then afterwards, all people are coming in and grouply, all the people are involved on that time. So that thing is called an organization. Now, here they have been given the features. Now, first exactly you got the meaning of the organization, where two or more people come together, and then afterwards they has been enforced with certain type of activity. Now, certain type of activities what they are involving, and with the help of the activities involved, the authorities and responsibilities have been bifurcated. Now features of an organization. Now, whenever you are performing any kind of organization or you developing any kind of organization, what are things should be created? First, it is what outlining the objectives. Okay, outlining the objectives in the sense it is what you need to know about the objectives. Means as if I'm running with any kind of an organization, I should develop any kind of a mission, vision, and goal. Without my mission, vision, and goal, if I don't have, so ultimately the thing is what I can't develop my organization. And whatever my mission, vision, and goal it will be, so that objectives and that all objectives should be clear, precious, and completely. It should be clear, it should be precious means it should be a certain kind of an important word, and it should be certain way where the thing is what you're showing a complete information. It is not like the half of information as if you're showing into the organization. So this is what the main concept, it is what you need to show the objectives. Because as if you don't show the objectives into the organization, so that doesn't develop any kind of a good impact. Next it is what identifying and enumerating the activity. Now once the thing is what you got to know the objectives, second part it is what you need to identify. What are things to be done and how it is to be done, you need to identify. And once you are identifying each and everything, you need to enumerate the activity. Enumerating in the sense it is whatever the things you finally you wind it up, means whatever the objectives was there, your mission, vision, and goal, means my company should run in this policy. My company should run in this policy. These are the mission, these are the vision, these are the goal. And finally the thing is what I'm getting out, the list of items I'm getting out, and with the help of that list items I'm just identifying wherever it has been, the activities has been used. Once the activity has been used, finally the thing is I need to enumerate the activity. I need to enumerate it out the activity, means I need to get it out the break by break. I need to take a break. And with the help of the break, the thing is what means I need to just analyze each and everything, and then afterwards I need to break it up. Means where I need to go, when I need to start that thing. So first it is what an objective. Second it is what you need to identify and enumerate the activity. Third it is what assigning the duties. Departmental wise I assign the duties, means this thing should be done from this department, this thing should be done from this department, this thing done should be from this department. This department, the finance will be handling only your finance, accounts will be handling only accounts, marketing will only handle with the help of marketing, HR will be handling of HR. Means the duties which has been allocated when you're being into the organization, in the organization there is one type of it similarity that is called a department, and with the help of the department there are the duties assigned to each and everyone. Then afterwards defining and granting the authority. Now once the thing is what the departmental wise, as if I allotted the workers, as if I allotted the people, as if I allotted the employee into the departmental wise. Next part it is what they should be having certain kind of its authorities and responsibility in their hand. If the thing is means we need to grant it certain kind of its authorities or responsibilities. Means authority in the sense you need to perform this way, you need to perform this way, you need to perform this way. This is what authority which has been granted. Now as if responsibility is what the rest of all who are responsible on that time, how you need to take for each and everything, and how the thing is you need to, and this thing is the responsibility you need to perform that way only. Means as if it is being given certain kind of a long-term type of a duty, so that long-term duty only you need to perform. You can't say I can do for the short period of time. It is for the longer period of time only. So that is why when you being into the organization, you need to follow with the help of it, defining and granting the authority. You need to follow that also. Next, it is what a creating the authority and relationship. Means when you being into the organization, however, whatever the authority means, whatever the work I'm allotting to anyone, so it should be like my relation should be as an employer and employee into the organization. It should be not anywhere where the personal relations you are involving on that time. So this is what after assigning the duties and delegating the authority, the establishment of relationship it has been done. In relation in the sense it is what as if you're being into the organization, the superior and the supervisor. It will be the relationship between like that. And as if you're showing any kind of it relations, it is what as if your means as if I allotted the responsibility to that person, and with the help of a responsibility allotted to that person involves in that time, and that person becomes more dedicated to it. So that thing should be also be there. So that is what these are the different features. These are the different features where you begin to the organization and show that way of performance. Now, so these are the different features of an organization. First, it has been said the objectives. Second, it is what how you the thing is identify each and every objectives, how you enumerate it out, and then afterwards how you assign the duties. Then afterwards, once you're getting and assigning duties, you need to grant our authorities. Next, the thing is what when you're granting an authority, you're getting an authority of creating how you're creating a relationship between each and every people into the organization when you're being into the organization. When you're being into the management, and with the help of the management, you're running with the help of an organization. Now, next it is what the nature of an organization. Now, in this nature, here we have been discussed with the two type of nature. Firstly, what you need to do, and secondly, what you need to do. First, it is the nature, like whenever you're opening any kind of an organization, the first thing it is what the process of coordination of an employee activity in orderly manner. Second, it is what it is been framework of interior relationship is defined, the relationship between person to person, position to position, job to job, and so on. So, like when you're being into the organization, the first most important it is what the coordination. When you being into the organization, so like there should be the coordination from the superior to the supervisor, or in supervisors to the head of the department, or to the head of department to the VPs or any kind of chairmen, any person. So there should be certain kind of a relation should be there when you're being into the organization. So these are the nature way. Means what are the things to be done when you open any kind of an organization. Two things. First, it is what there should be the coordinations when you being into the organization. Next, it is what it should be the coordinations. There should be a coordination, but it should be related with the help of an coordination in the sense where with the help of an employee, and with the help of an employee into the ordinary manners. When you need to just wind it out, the like a casual talk should be there between the employer and the supervisors or superiors or an employee. Next, it is what you need to keep it that kind of a relation as if you are into job to job or a person to person. Means you behave that way when you're being into the organization, as if that person is into the job to job, so as if you also perform job to job only, as if you're showing a good dedication, you say a person to person, you speak it, and with the help of it speaking, you're showing the responsibility. So this is what it is for interior relationship. So that is why the thing is I forgot to do the bold here. It is one type of interior relationship. It defines a relationship between person to person, position to position, job to job, and so on. This concept should be there when related with the help of a nature of an organization. Now, what are the importance of an organization? Why what are the importance? What are the advantages of an organization? Why the thing is you like mostly each and every people open an organization. So, what are the good techniques which has been there on that time? And with the help of the good techniques, the thing is the people are involved more. First, it is what it facilitated the administrations and management. Now means as if you're opening any kind of an organization, you're facilitating means in the sense it is what as if you're developing the administrations and even with the help of a management. You know as if you're into the admin what to do, how to perform each and every duty, and with the help of this, the thing is you know the thing is the management also. How to analyze each and everything, how the work are it's been allotted to each and every people when they being into the organization. So this is what an importance of an organization. These two things. First, it is what they should be knowing they should be having the knowledge with the help of management. And second part, it is what in administration. Next, it is what it helps to grow and often on enterprise. Means as if the thing is the most important, the most small thing it is what when you're developing any kind of an organization, the most thing it is the biggest thing is what you're getting growth of an enterprise. Means as if your organization is developing certain kind of a good growth. And with the help of the good growth, the thing is that is why the thing is that is why the thing is as if you want to develop your organization into the certain development. So like your organization and the management should be running properly, and then afterwards you can enforce it on that time. Then afterwards, ensuring the optimal uses of human resources means as if into the organization, whatever how much a candidate it has been used. Now we learned with one concept now of staffing into the one sessions we have been discussed about the matters of staffing into this chapter. Like staffing, it is what where the thing is the people are being recruited. And for example, for job analyzing, whenever I want to provide any kind of a job to any kind of people, the first most important is what a job analyzing. You need to analyze the job, and with this, parallelly, the thing is you need to know about the what are the job description and what are the job specialization. With the help of this too, the thing is then afterwards the thing is you can hide that candidate, and when you're hiding that candidate, and finally the thing is you can be appointed that candidate for a longer period of time. So this is the one more concept that has been said to optimize human resources. Means wherever you require the human, you appoint. Wherever you don't think about it to keep it in organization, in the organization, the resources, it should be if it has been wasted. So that thing should be not there. So that is why into the organizations, as if you're opening any kind of an organization, one more advantage is it is what you get as if you know about it, how to control your management. Then after it stimulates the creativity, shows certain kind of a good creativity. Means as if I said to you, like as you being an entrepreneur, for example, Dhirubhai Ambani. So like as if that person becomes an entrepreneur, he has developed certain kind of a position. He has creatively created certain kind of a position. And with the help of the position, the thing is the person can be highlighted with the help of its growth. So that's what I said. It helps to growth of an enterprise, because as if you show the good performance, and with the help of the good performance, the thing is you can analyze each and everything, and with the help of an analyzing, that's one type of an advantages you get it when you open any kind of it organization. First it is what administrations and management. Next it is what you get is a good growth of enterprise. Next it is what optimal uses of human resources, and finally the thing is what they are being creativity. They show certain kind of good creativity. Now next it is what use of improved technology. Now as if you are running with any kind of it organization, my most concept will be dealing with the help of it, like improving the technology, improving a certain part of it good technology. as if you're showing a good type of a technology, you're showing into the organization. With the help of the good technology, the thing is you are inbuilt it for the longer period of time. Next is what coordination in the enterprise. There means as if you are running with any kind of it enterprise or any kind of it organization. Enterprise and organization is none other than the same thing which is being said. Now, when you being into the when you're running with any kind of it enterprise, the thing is what there should the coordinations and cooperation should be there. Then afterwards, executive development means as if the people who have been leading to you, that type of it means just give them the short reviews to that, and with the help of the short review, you get it proper rights wherever it has been attacked. And finally, it has been said it's ensure the cooperation amongst the workers. There should be the in the organization without the workers, the work is not done, and without the people, the work is not done. So that is why there should be a good cooperation between the both the parties. And finally, as if the person is having a good qualifications into it, so there won't be any kind of it disadvantages, of course, when they are opening any kind of it new technology, which has been said, new importance of an organization. So that is why these are the way where the thing is what where the thing is you need to know, and these are the advantages where you're getting out the proper way of an advantage, proper way of advantages of an organization. So that is why we'll just move it once. First, it is what it facilitates of administrations and management, growth of an enterprise, optimal use of resources, and then afterwards stimulates the creativity. So this is what it is being said. Next, what it is being said, use of improved technology, then after coordination enterprise, executive development, finally it is in the cooperations among the workers. If this terms it has been there properly, so there won't be any kind of fit problems or any kind of fit disadvantages occurs when you're being into the organization, when you're starting with any kind of fit good fields into it. Now next it is what are the principles. Now they have been discussed with the help of its principles. When we are being into the organization, they show certain kind of it good things. And you need to, when you're opening any kind of it organization, you're following a good terms, good management you're showing. So first it is what the unity of an objective. First it is what an objective. Without objectives into the organization, you can't export or else you can't work it. So this point we have discussed it previously also into the features that when you're being into the organization, this my main concept it will be what to know about the principles. That principle means that thing I need to follow. That without in the organization, means these are my principles, these are my terms and conditions. Means as if I don't follow it out till the time each and everything. So till the time I don't complete it out, and whatever the objective it has been there, man. So I need to follow that kind of it objectives, and if I follow that kind of it objectives only, then only the thing is my work will be done as in good manner. So that is why my main thing it will be what first it has been related with the help of an objective, and that also unity of an objective means my each and every people into the organization, they each and every will be having certain kind of it objectives, that they have built certain kind of it good objectives. So that is why that good objective should be there, should be developed in each and every. So that is why first it is in said principle of unit of an objective. So that is why it is first it is what unit of an objective. Next it is what now your it has been given little bit type of an explanation. An enterprise must have a clear defined objective. It must be realized that an enterprise is meant to an end and not an end of itself. Means as if it is being said, means as if starting any kind of an organization, let be it is then like end, but that is the beginning of an organization. So that thing it should be there when you being into the organization, you need to follow that way. So that is why the first concept it is being said, what are principles of an organization? First it is what the unity of objectives means all the people should come together, and then afterwards the thing is they are being enforced, and with the help of an enforce the thing is each and every verified on that time. So like once it has been you verified each and everything, you're getting final objectives or by with the help of certain long terms. So that is why the thing is what there should be good objectives when you have developed it any kind of a new techniques. So like means in each and every organization there should be having a good there should be having a proper way where the people should be having their mission, vision and goal. So without the mission, vision and goal, the thing is the organization can't set it up the long term. So that is why the thing is the people should be having a good coordinations among the people when they being into the organization. So this was the first term which is in said. These are the first terms and first principles which is in said. Unity of an objective means all the people should come together and they should be developing. All the people should be having a good type of knowledge, and with the help of a good type of knowledge, they need to develop a good concept. Next, it is what a coordination. Now, as if you got to know about the objectives, now second part it is what there should be the good coordination should be there. Coordination in the sense to the superior, to the superiors, to the subordinators, to each and every people into the organization, even to the people who are being into the ground level or a middle level or a upper level. There should be the good way of communication, because as if you being into the organization, as if you are not showing any kind of a good principles into it. So like if, as if you are not showing any kind of a good principles, so ultimately it will be directly affect on the attitude of the each person. So that is why the main concept there has been said with the help of it, where the you need to follow certain kind of a good communications, good coordination should be there. Next, it is what with the help of principle of an efficiency. Now as if you got to know about the objectives, you got to know about the proper way of coordination. Next part, it is what with the help of an efficiency. Because without an efficiency and without dedications into the organization, you can't show it like your good concept or like a proper concept into it. So that is why they need to follow a good way of terms and conditions. And with the help of good way of terms and conditions, the thing is what they need to utilize their work. And with the help of utilizing their work, the people can get to know what is the exactly form of it and how dedication should be there. Because nowadays, what you have is like, there are so many people who does not know how the tea is being prepared, and with the help of the tea, the thing is what the people can be classified whether he is from this or whether that person is from the this one. So then afterwards, the thing is what that is being shown with the help of and dedication when you being into the organization. This is what it is done with the help of principles of an agent a principle of an certain way where the thing it is being clarified with the help of an efficiency and dedication of the workers. Next, it is what a unit of a direction. There should be the people when you being into the organization. The concept it is what it should be that way, that is there should be a proper way of direction. The people should be guiding to you where you need to go into the correct direction. We learn with the help of planning, organizing, directing, controlling and staffing. So in this we have learned with the one more concept that is called the directing. Now the directing in the sense it is what it has been said, you need the people will be directing to go for which concept to know about, to which concept to analyze which concept, and finally how you need to identify each and everything. So like there should be the unity of there should be the proper unity of direction. Next, it is what the stage two is. Stage two it is what with the help of in consumer. Now now as if like first the thing is your direction it has been done. Next, with the help of which is been done with the help of in command. When you being into the organization, and without command into the organization, your work cannot be moved for the longer. So as if there is one more principles which is being said with the help of in command. Now, command, whenever you being into the organization, there should be a certain person to direct to you authority and responsibility. Because without authorities, without responsibility, the thing is that the person can't guide to you. And even with this, the thing is what the person can't get is the proper way how and what to perform on that way, and how you move it each and every sections into the longer period of time. So that is what a command should be there, and with the help of the commands, the thing is they can develop their principles. Next, it is what a principle of specialization. Now, specialization in the sense as if we learn with the help of an HR. So like in HR, we learn with the two concepts that is called the job specifications and job directions. And where that whole concept is been called with the help of an job analyzing. Now, the job analyzing has been said with the help of a two concepts. Where first it is being said where the people are being in the organization, where the people, and second way where the people are not being into the organization. This was the two concepts where it is being said. Now the thing is what means there should be having certain kind of a good specialization, And with the help of the good specialization, the people should be knowing about it, what is right and what is wrong when you being into the organization. So this is what it has been said with the help of in principles of in specialization. They should be having certain kind of a knowledge. Now, as if the person is from IT, so that person is specialized by the help of an IT. So he will be also moving with that kind of chapters which has been related with the help of an IT. The people are from the management or the commerce. The people needs to go it after a certain period of time in the management and commerce only. So this is what you are showing with the help of its specialization. Finally, when you go for the job, so ultimately you show on that time what are the specializations you are having of. So on that time, as if you say, I have this kind of a specialization, your extra or certain kind of a document. And the extra kind of a document, the thing is, it is being showed with the good terms. Now, next it is what the short chain of a command. Now, as if the thing is, as if you can do this. Second, it is what you can perform a small way of small way of a place where the thing is all the people come together and then afterwards they analyze each and every concept like to move it to the which directions, to move it on the which directions and how to command like in when you being into the group. So how you direct the works to each and every people into the organization. That thing you do it. Next, it is what there one more principles. It is in their authorities and responsibility. Now, when you being into the organization, there will be more authorities which has been allotted. The principles which you get it out, there will be the more authorities. Principles when related with the help of authorities, and there will be more responsibilities which has been allocated. Because like whenever you're developing any kind of a principle, you're basically you're dealing with the help of just two authorities and responsibilities. Next, it is what principle of a delegation. Delegation in the sense it is what how you are giving certain kind of a dedication to the work and how you are allotting a works to each and every people into the departmental wise. Then after principles of imbalance, there should be each and every principles when you're developing about it, it should be balanced. It should be means equally like how you have took this, the same concept you need to do this. It is like whatever the concept you took here, what that the same concept you need to take here. Then afterwards, principle of in change. Now there is some one principle that is what you develop that kind of it principles where with the help of the principles you are developing good change. And with the help of the change, the thing is what you are showing a development or you are developing a new concept or you're developing a new idea. You are developing of new things into the organization where departmental wise or like employee wise or in like superior wise how you're developing on that time. Next is what a feudal principles of an organization means as if you're thinking about the like a federal principles means as if you're thinking about the unique principle as if you're thinking into the organizations to how to take forth each and every thing into it. So that thing should be also there into the organization part. So this is what different principles with the help of this principle it has been directed to you how the thing is the work it has been done and with the help of it how you're enforcing out each and every concept. That is why this type of it principles. So we went with the help of it. I'll just move it out with the help of in principles. Your principles is means such kind of in natures you're developing on that time when you're opening any kind of it organization or you're developing any kind of it organizations or you're developing any kind of a good sense when your organization is when you're being into the organization. First, it is what an objectives. You're developing an objective. Second, it is what you do with the help of it. You develop the concept of coordinations with each and everyone. Then after you become more efficient workers when efficiently you do the work, dedication you do the work. You don't require any kind of his help. You just concentrate on whatever it has been going on. Next, it is what a unit of directions. The people, the principles you're developing about it to from where which directions you need to go. Who are the people who will be coordinating to you? Means what are the path where the thing is you're traveling on that time, and with the help of that path, the thing is you need to do with the help of in command. So like the command there should be there when you being into the organization, what type of commands you do it, what type of it languages you're using, how the thing is the work you're directing to each and everyone. So that thing should be there. Next, this is what the principles we got to know with the help of its specialization. They should be having certain kind of a unique specialization. And with the help of a unique specialization, the people will be getting to know the more things to which form of it you need to perform and how you're moving out from one from the as if you're having the good knowledge with the help of it one department. So like how you're getting the next knowledge into the next department and how you are a multitasker, which is being said. Now next it is what a short change of a command. Means you make it like that where within a four or a five people are coming together, they are developing certain kind of a good techniques, and with the help of techniques they are developing a good sense. And once they are developing a good sense, in the short terms only they think about it. The commands to each and everyone means how I need to go in which department and what I need to do on that time. So this thing is also there. Next, we learn with the help of an authority and responsibility how the authorities and responsibilities are been allocated to the people when they being into the organization. Next, we learn with the help of it one more principles with the help of it delegation, how the dedication it has been done, delegate the authorities and responsibility, how it has been delegated to the people. Next, it is what we learn with the help of it balance. The work should be the principles like whatever you're developing, it should be the proper balanced way. Means it should be not but as if you are doing today itself. Now, chalo, let us do from the tomorrow itself. So it should be not that way. It should be there. Then afterwards, the principles whenever you are developing, it should be balanced. It should be equal. And if as if the thing is, you need to develop one more thing where it has been said with the help of it. If you require any kind of changes also when you being into the developing any kind of good things. So on that time you need to think about it as if you want to change it anything or not, that thing. And finally the thing is you're winding up with the federal principles of an organization. You become of like federal in the sense you are involving more into the organizations, into the departments of each and everything. And then afterwards the thing is you are sorted out each and every work. So these are the way where the certain principle it has been discussed from starting to objectives and ending with the help of and principles of an organization. Next is what now in this there is a two types of concepts which is in there. Formal way of communications and informal way of organization. Now one it is what a formal organizations and second it is what an informal organization. Now in this formal organization it has been said it has been well structured job wherever it has been given as a proper way of authorities, proper way of responsibilities. Then afterwards, once the proper way of authorities, responsibilities has been allocated, the second part it is what you are showing a good way of communications and coordination skills when you being into the organizations as in others, as you being with others, and as you being with the help of an organization. So this is what one where a formal way where you are setting up your each and every terms into the like a correct manner. You're not shuffling out each and everything. It is like whatever the thing it has been done. Truly, it has been done. You're coming together. You're getting out the good thoughts, and with the help of it, the thing is you're developing a proper concept into it. So that is what, and you're developing certain kind of it, each and everything which has been systematically the approaches which has been done. So that is what the one technique where it has been called as a formal way of organization. Now there is one more way where informal way it is what where the thing is what it refers to the relationship between the people in organization based on personal attitudes, emotions, likes and dislikes, etc. Now this one person it's one more definitions are given here. An organization is informal when the aggregate of the interpersonal relationships are without conscious jointly support. So that is why the thing is informal. It is what where there is no sort of rules and regulations, no authority and responsibility which has been allotted. It's one type of an interpersonal relationship. Well, interpersonal relationship. You're coming together. You're coming together with the help of the different departments, and then afterwards you're influencing out the people. And with the influencing, the thing is the people are getting out to move it out to the correct directions or not. So that is why this type of it formal and informal way of communication which has been done. And with the formal and informal way of communications, you need to highlight it out to move it on the correct directions or to move it on the right directions. So that thing is also been there into the informal way. Means a casual way you can say finally like a casual way of informal way of communications and formal way it is what a like a systematical way where you're developing a good set of developments you are doing out and where certain new rules and policies and each and everything are been followed. And once you're developing a good policies and developments, then after finally the thing is what you're getting out the good way of terms when you're being into the organization. So these are the two way where the thing is organization has been calculated a formal way and second it is what an informal way. Now as if we went with the help of it like formal and informal way of organization. Next, it is what we'll be learning with the help of the new concept that is called with the help of and what are the advantages, where with the help of an advantages of informal way of communication. Now, we will learn with the concept which has been related with the help of it. Just a minute, I'll just move it on the slide. Okay. Mhm. Now we went with the help of it advantage where we learn with the help of it these two concepts. We learn formal way and informal way of organization. Now the thing is in this advantages we'll be learning with the help of two concepts. One will be learning with the help of an employee, another will be learning with the help of an organization. Means as if the people who are using what are the advantages you get it out when you perform it on the informal way of organization. First it is what no. First, what it happens like when you being into the informal way of organization is when you're developing any kind of an informal way of talk. So on that time, first towards the employee. First, it is what a sense of belonging means a sense of belonging in the sense it is what you're like the way of talking to each and every people. It becomes more easier, more lighter. It becomes when you speak with an employee as if you perform informal way of communication. Next, it is what are values for the emotional problems. Like if there is any kind of it like problems that has been occurred. So how you wind it out that values and how you enforce it out that value. So that thing it is also be discussed. Then aid on job means as if the informal way of organization whenever you're performing about it. So the like the totally it has been related with the help of a job on the job only like whenever you're performing. So like whatever the being on the job. So that way you're performing. And then you become a more innovations when you become a more innovations like as if you because as an it's a one type of an informal way na. So like in informal way what it happens as if the thing is all the people come together and then afterwards they like communicate with each and every people. So with this the thing is it shows certain kind of it innovations with once you develop certain kind of it innovation ideas. Next, it is what important channel of communication. So, what with this type of it you use with the help of the channel of communication. Channel of communication, exactly the meaning it has been said. It is between the two people, like senders and receivers. And senders send the message, it went to the receivers. And receivers, what he gives the feedback, and then after finally it moves to the senders. So that is why it is what the two things. So here whatever we do the communication means I am a sender who is sending the message and receiver it is what receiving the messages from the sender. So in this two between there's a two things comes in between. Senders send the message means as if as if I give you the message and with the help of the message the thing is you're getting you're receiving that the message and then afterwards you are winding up with this whether to accept it out or whether to reject means as if it has been right you say right as if you say no you say no and with the help of these two elements the thing is what the thing is you give me the feedback and with the help of the feedback you're again sending me the message with the help of yes and no and finally the thing is what again the messages come from the receivers to the sender. So in this type of it, this two type of it, it's called channel of communication, where you do it about it, where the two peoples are been placed on that time. It is what the senders and receivers. So it's a one type of it informal way of communications. What you do it out when one type of it informal way of organization when you're performing where to the employee, it becomes a casual way of talking to people who are being into the organization, and you're completing out the each and every terms into it. And with this, the thing is, as if you're thinking for the longer period of time, or means as if your formal way how it has been started out, as if you start talking, as if your coordination it has been done truly. Then afterwards, the thing is, as if you're showing good type terms of communications into it. And finally, the thing is, you are winding up with the help of it, like to employ a greater way. And then afterwards, that type of a talk which has been done. Next, it is what we learn one more concept that has been said with the help of it, same with the help of an employee. It's called social control. And last, it is what a check on authorities. So, like whenever you're doing with the help of this, when the thing informal way of organization, whenever it's performed. So like I'll be completely dealing with the help of its social control, means a social way of communications what we do. Because informal way it comes into the where you're totally it has been socially interacted with the people, and you know it like what to speak on that time, and you are having into the organization a certain way where the thing is you're putting out certain way of control. Next, it is what check on authority. Like as if you being into the organization, here the thing is whatever the authority it has been allotted. So that thing it has been checked. It is not like that as if as if you're casually talking out. So like you casually speak it out. So that type of it, it's the one type of the informal way of communication. So that is why in the informal way here we have learned now, it refers to in relationship between the people into the organization based on the personal attitude. So like as if in this the thing is into the organization how we hired an employee. The first it is what with the help of an attitude how they behave, because it's a one type of an informal way. So like you check the attitudes how that person behaves about it. Next to you think about it what are the things he likes or he dislikes, that thing it has been done. And this that is why the thing is one more definitions are given, and with the second type of definitions you're clearing out the whole concept of an informal organization. An organization is informal when the aggregates of interpersonal relationships are without conscious jointly purpose. So jointly purpose. So that is why here it is what as if you're showing a good intention. So like here my main intention it will what a interpersonal way of relationship. Means as if like I involve each and every terms into the each and every people, like when I being into the organization, when I like casually talks to each and every one. So I like involved on that time, like I show certain kind of a perpetual thoughts, perspective thoughts, and with the help of the thoughts the thing is I do the better way of communication. This comes into the informal way of organization. So this is what it has been said, and advantages of informal organizations towards the employee. First, it is what the sense of belonging. Next, it is what value for the emotional problems. Add-on jobs, innovations, you get it out. Important channels of communications. Then afterwards, we learn with the help of a social control. Then afterwards, check on authority. That is what I said. That is what I said. That is what it has been said with the help of an internal. Now this is what first it was related as if to your informal way of organization. First it was related with the help of an employee. Now the second concept which has been related with the help of an management. So what happens when you perform an informal way of organizations, like whenever you are developing, the first thing it is what less supervisions. Now the informal way, usually what it happens like it's a casual way of talk, as if we learn with the help of it that things that the thing is what is the one type of it casual way of talks when like whenever you're being into it, and you are like being a very friendly way of communications it has been done. So that is why the thing is what your the supervision, here the people are very less to supervise each and everything. Then next it is what an age to the management. It is what an age in the sense like it has been not clearly identified the concept of a management. Here it is only the interactions and the behaviors and certain kind of its logical, illogical like you can say a casual way of talk it is been done. So that is why the thing is what it has been related with the help of towards to the management. So these are the two way where you're getting the advantages when you're performing any kind of informal way of organization. So we'll be learning with the help, we have learned with the help of the two concepts. First it was related with the help of an employee. Next we learn with the help of in the management, and with the help of this the thing is each and everything it has been performed. Now next it is what we'll be learning with the help of the disadvantages. Now what happens like as if the thing is you being into the group. Now as if you're being into the group and as if you're opening an informal way. Now mostly what it happens in informal way there's so many type of disadvantages happen. Now what happens into the disadvantages is first it is what residence to the changes. Residence to the changes, my constant there will be the changes, and with the help of the changes what there happens certain kind of miscommunications among it, or certain kind of imbalance which has been happening. So like certain way where you are having certain kind of a good impact, certain way half the people are ready, half the people are not ready. So there are what has happened where the constant changes has been happening. Next it is what the role conflicts. Now in this what it happens, the role what it happens, now as if you got certain kind of a position, and then afterwards for that position the thing is what we are doing a casual fight, And with the casual fights, it is the, like a no matter which is in there. But simply the thing is what a person names comes, and then afterwards with the help of that position and the role which is been allotted to that person. So with this, the thing is what your conflicts occurs. Internal, you start fighting, you start debating on that time. Next, it is what the rumors it has been come. Means as if the main concept it has been different, but what it happens, you follow someone and then afterwards you thinking about like why are you thinking about it, and the thing this person has done this thing, this person has done that thing. So like you what that's one type of it rumors what is being into the informal way of organization. And first and last thing is it is what a group thinking philosophy. That's one type of it where you're moving into the depth of a group thinking, where each and every comes together, and then afterwards do develop certain kind of it good ideal techniques. So for philosophical techniques, you develop a certain kind of it group techniques. Means the philosophical techniques you discuss, but finally the thing is there's certain kind of it illogical or eliminations problems occurs on that time. So that is why what you do, you just left it out this concept on that time. So these are the way where disadvantages occurs into the which your personality is also differed when related with the help of when you are doing with the help of disadvantages of an informal way of communicate, informal way of an organization whenever it has been opened. So like certain way where you're getting certain way where you're getting a disadvantages. So these are the way where the advantages and disadvantages is been clear with the help of an informal organization. So that is why the basic things that has been said. Last but not least, with the help of these two concepts I'm telling about it, that has been said that informal is the one way where it is an interpersonal relationship it has been framed, and with the help of an interpersonal thing is each and every concept it has been clear for the good perspective. And then finally the thing is what it's one type of it where you're showing an attitude, where showing your like, dislike and emotions, the feelings you're showing on that time, and you're performing an organization duties. So there was a certain advantages which was given, certain way where the disadvantages was given. Next, it is what which has been said, one concept of span of control. Now, this is an important concept for this chapter. It has been said with the help of a span of control. Just a minute. Span of control. Now in this, as if it has been said, now this thing, I'll just move it out. This term span of control, represent numerical limits of subordinators to the supervising and controlled by the manager. It's an important principle of a sound organization. It is analyze the superiors and subordinate relationships and develop a mathematical formula. So the simple way it is what span of control means, where group of the people coming together, the group of the people coming together, and they have been involving certain kind of good techniques, and they control each and everything. Means as if there is any kind of disadvantages or which has been not good or which has been not proper. So with the help of it, the thing is they develop it that kind of a technique. They control each and every technique. Like whichever they require, they perform, and whichever they don't require, they just leave it up. So that is why the thing is in the span of control, it is what the relationships where the superiors and subordinators come together, and with the help of it coming together, the thing is what they enforced it out to perform their duties to the longer period of time. So that is why here they are using a mathematical terms, mathematical formulas which they are using, and with the mathematical formulas they have been performing, and with this the thing is the subordinators and superiors duties are being raised, and if there is a manager who is being performed on that time, if the managers are moving out into each and every concept, moving in each and every concept. So if on that time it is the superiors and the subordinators are not performing their duties properly, so ultimately the thing is what they come together and then afterwards they enhance each and everything. So this is what span of control means. Superiors and the subordinates come together, and then afterwards whatever the work it has been allotted to that thing, so that's completed within a minimum period of time. So it is not like they take it for the longer period of time, as if they take it for the shorter period of time, they wind it up each and every work, and with the wind actions, and that also they do with the help of an R&D. They do with the help of an R&D also. So that is where this is one terms which has been discussed with the help of it, where the thing is they develop certain kind of a mathematical way of formulas they use, and with the help of it mathematical, the thing is they analyze for the longer period of time. So this is what a one concept which has been discussed with the help of its span of control. Now we'll be learning with the help of its features, like whenever a span of control it has been done, means whenever each and every work it has been divided as if it is there to the subordinators and to the superior, means both the people come together and after they perform their duties. So on that time, so how they perform their actual duties when a span of control it has been done. So like where the two people come together and they enforce it out each and every work into the correct directions to the right path. So like how they utilize that kind of a terms into the longer period of it. So as if the first it is what ability of executing. Now first it is what as if the work it has been allotted to the superiors or subordinators. The first thing it is what how you need to execute. How you need to execute in the sense it is what how you need to perform. How you will be starting out that work, whether to start from the beginning or whether the already it has been started out. So how you perform that thing, and the thing is how you analyze that thing. So that thing should be there when you are showing certain kind of abilities to each and every people. Next it is what time available for the supervising. Like whenever the thing is the superiors and subordinators are working into the organization. So like whenever it has been supervised, so what are the times it has been taken and how much time within a period of time the thing is how the work it has been completed. So that thing should be also be there. Then afterwards nature of the work, like how the work it has been performed in the between with the help of the superiors and subordinators, how they are giving out their good duties and how they are performing their duties for the longer period of time, and with the period of it how they are winding up the work. Capacity of subordinators, like, means in the sense as if there is a one superior and with the help of one superior you are having the each and every people who are there as subordinators. So as if the superior is giving the work to the subordinators, so like the subordinator how they're taking out the how the people are taking out their work, and even the thing is what where there's a group of the people are involved. So as if the group of the people are involved, so how the thing is that each and every people come together and they completed out the task whatever it has been given. Mostly happens into the MNCs, like whenever the project it has been allocated. So on that time only it has been discussed that the works, like whenever you're completing, out the work, it should be a span of control, means where it should be guidance according to the superiors and subordinators that all needs to take forth. And finally the thing is what they should be knowing about it, the capacity of its subordinators, means how much the people can be taken into the hand and how much he needs to complete it that work. Then after effectiveness of communication, means as if you're being into the organization, so like there should be the proper way of communications to the ground departments, to the lower departments, to the higher departments. As if means as if you speak with your superiors or subordinators through that way, so that the thing is the communications will be proper, and with the help of a good way of communications, the thing is your work will be done into the good way, and it doesn't take a longer period of time, and it doesn't have any kind of it like coordination problems, and does not created any kind of it barriers like whenever you're speaking out. So that is the one. These are the features where the thing is you're performing or your duties, and with the help of it duties performance, you're thinking about it for the longer period. Now the thing is what one more they are having some more features which has been discussed with the help of span of control, that is what organization assistance, like whenever you're controlling the work or whenever your juniors, your supervisors and your superior when they are coming together and they are enforcing any kind of a duty. So it should be related with organization assistance. They should be like whenever you are dealing with the help of it like span of control, it will be related with the help of it organization only. It will be related with the help of it organization. It won't be like as if the thing is what without an organization, because as if you are doing as if the work it has been allotted to each and every people. So like in the organization the people should know about it, how to perform a work and how many period of time the thing is you're completing out that work, and it should be like how you're being into the organization, you're completing out the task which is where it has been given to you. And organization should also be knowing about it, how you are winding up that work. for the longer period of time or a shorter period of time, because as if a span of control it has been given, so like you're showing a dedication to the work and how much you're completing of. Then afterward, degree of supervisor coordinations needed. Now in this, the thing is what, in this it has been discussed with the help of it, like how you coordinate with the people, and as if you coordinate with the people, so like where the thing is you require any kind of it like communications, as if you require, or any kind of it you require any kind of a supervisor. So that is why it has been even discussed with the help of the span of control, one concept with the help of a supervisors also. Means as if there should be a person, because as if the two people are there, superiors and subordinators. So like into the superiors and subordinators, how the people come together and foster out each and every work. They wind it out each and every work into the group, as if the thing, it is not like that for the only one people are running with it. So as if the group of the people who are coming together, enforcing their work, and finally the thing is what, the team people who are been handling out, and the people who are been enforced, and finally the thing is what, as if you are having a good superiors, so like they supervise each and every term, and finally they get it out the proper way of answer. And finally it is what, a similarity of functions, means as if they move it out to each and every functions into the each and every sense, because as if I moved into the from the correct direction from the starting ends to the lower end, then only the thing is I can get it out the proper way of department, and even I can get a best way of superiors and subordinators relationship, because that is why the thing is we do with the help of a span of control into the management. So this is in the span of control, means in this management, in management, we do one concept that is called in span of control. Here we do with the help of an interrelationship between superiors and subordinators come together. They show certain kind of a good performance, and with the help of a good performance, the thing is what, they are getting a better way of incentives. So that is with the common logic which has been said. In this they have been discussed the nature of work, how they are performing, the duties whichever it has been discussed, and how they analyze the work, and with the help of, means as if they into the group, how they're communicating out each and everything, and how they're winding up their work into the common thoughts and common way. So as if they're being into the group, they're showing good way of potential. So that is why it is what a span of control. I'll just go once again the points, so at least what you people will be rectifying on that time. First, it is what ability of execution, how you will be moving into it, means how you start taking that kind of it control into your hand. That thing will be done, means how you're performing the way. Next, it is what time available for the supervision. What are the times you take it like for doing with the help of its supervision? So when you're performing any kind of it, whenever you're starting up with any kind of it work. Then afterwards, what are the nature of work? Means as if the work it has been allotted to the supervisors and the superior. So what are the way how you will start your works and how you will be performing the work. Then after capacities of subordinators, means as if the work it has been allotted to the ground level. So how the peoples of the subordinators and the superiors will be taking, what is the capacity they are having of. Next, it is what efficiency of communications, means effective communication should be there. Means as if you're being into the span of control, so there should be a proper way of efficiency should be there to each and every people. Because as if the efficiency to the people will be there, means as if the communication will be proper relating with the help of superiors and subordinators, because basically the span of control will be dealing with the help of superiors and subordinators. So as if there will be good communication, then only the thing is there won't be any kind of a barriers further. Next, it is what, like the work which has been given to the superiors and subordinates to be an organization assistant. Means there should be, means their intention will be to develop and to grow the organization only, not to with the help of it, like with the help of it like the own self. As if to develop the organization assistant, means there should be framework with the help of an organization assistant. Next, it is what degree of supervision coordination needed. Now, as if means as if there should be that way, if there should be certain people who should be supervising to each and every term, and with the help of his supervising, they need to be coordinate also, like whenever if they needed out any kind of its source. And last, it is what there should whatever the functions, whatever planning, organizing, directing, controlling, and staffing, like whatever it has been there, you should be like a similarity. Means there should be certain kind of it a proper way to perform, and with the help of proper way, the thing is you are analyzing each and every term for the proper functioning of life. Now next we'll be learning a concept with the help of departmentations. Now in this concept there's a whole you will be learning with the concept of departmentation. Now what do you mean by departmentation? A departmentation is what a group of the people coming together, and they have been category, they have been developed with a certain way of category which has been given. And with the help of the categories, the thing is they need to enforce it out each and every work into the different departments. Now here you'll be learning in this point, we'll be learning with the tab points with the help of a department, how the departments are there, how the departments are utilized, and how the people are, means how the superiors and subordinators are being into the group, into the same departments, and where the thing is the functions, all the functions are having different. It is like all the functions are developed, that all functions are different, and they are showing certain kind of a good ethical way of their values, means whatever the duties are allotted to that person is enforcing out that only. How the thing is each and every work it has been moved out, and with the help of the work the thing is here they have been categorized with the help of a department. Now the thing is what, I'll just move it out what you mean by departments, departmentations. Now group of the activities and the employees into the departments. This is called a small way where the thing is a group of activities. Means where the thing is a group of the people are coming together performing a activity. So that thing it is activities, and the employees are involved into it, and employees are involved into it and into that activity where the departments are there. It means in departments there are certain way of activities which has been done with the help of an employee. So this is the way where you do with the help of an group. This is the way where you do with the help of a departmentation. Next it is what, one more definitions I have been given. It is referred to the organization devices of in classifying the activity of an undertaking in functionizing the category. And one more it is what, as if that person has got a certain way of like a rights into it, and then afterwards it has been placed into certain kind of a department. So, and with the departments he is having a categories, and with the help of a categories he is functioning out his own work. Now as if now means as if we're moving further. So like in this department you will be knowing about it, how in the organization how the departments are there. Now in this, for example, as if that person into the marketing, so that marketing means that person that is there into the marketing. So like as if with the help of the qualifications and with the help of an experience, that person has been appointed into the marketing only. So like now as if that person has developed a strategies into the marketing, so I'll be also developing that person, and I'll be also keeping that person into the strategy only. So like as if I kept into the strategy, so he got the categories, means as if a marketing is the department, and with the help of the department he got the one type of a category, and with the help of the categories the thing is in functioning out this work. Means as if whatever the work it has been allotted to complete the task, to develop certain kind of its strategies into marketing, or to know about the price, you do know about the brands, to know about the promotions and all. Means he'll be having a one type where the thing is only, he'll be only functioning out with the help of a marketing term. So that is why that thing it is called under departmentation. So here there's a two concepts. First, there's a group of the people are coming and they're working as an employee. That person is called as a department. Next, it is what, there is a group of the people are there, but even with this the thing is what, they have been classified with their proper activities, the activities which is already allocated to that person, and with the help of an activity the thing is what, that person is annexed it out with the help of it certain way of functions to perform that way of functions. That means I am into this department, my this thing is there, I am into this department, my activity is to do this, my thing it is to perform that way, and with the help of its performance the thing is shows that kind of a good performance. So that thing you do with the help of a departmentation. Now here the process here it has been discussed, like whenever you are performing any kind of a department or any kind of it, like whenever you are performing any kind of a department, so like what are the things you need to do, what are the process you need to follow. And after you are doing with the help of it process, the thing is you need to identify that how the thing is the department has been used. Now, first it is what, identification of a task. First it is what, as if you are into the department, the first important it is what, whether it is you are in the marketing, finance, HR, or in operations, or into the supports, or anywhere, whenever you are into the department. So first thing it is what you need to know about the, what is the process, like how you start the department. First, you should know about the way of task. What is my work? Task means in the sense it is what a work. I need to identify what is my work, how I need to start and how I need to wind it up that work. Next, it is what analyze the detail of each and every task. Means whatever the task it has been there, I should know about what is the work it has been there. And second part it is what I need to analyze. I need to do an R&D, and with the help of an R&D, the thing is I will be getting to know the proper analyzation that how to complete my work into the smaller period of time that I need to know. Next it is what description of an function. Like means as if whatever the departments has been granted me certain kind of it functions to me, so that descriptive I need to mention means what are the words, and with the help of the words the thing is what how I need to analyze that thing, means how I need to take forth. How I be showing with the help of it certain way of questions, and with the help of it questions the thing is it should be there into the department. Means what are the things are to be done, how to done, like what to do. This are the way how I need to plan each and everything. I need to organize. That thing should be done. Then afterwards, entrusting the group of the functions means as if the group of the people to make that way the process that the group of the people should involve in that function. The group of the people should be involving in that function, and then afterwards the people involving in that function, and they have been shown with the internal depth that they move it to into the group and finalize the functions. That means they finally they'll be getting out in the department they'll be getting out the rights that this are the way I need to perform my duty, this are the way I need to perform my duty when I'm being into the group. Next it is what delineations of the scope of the authorities and responsibility of departmental heads. Delineations in the sense it is what delegating. Now as if into the departments, like as if you people will be aware that as if into your department whenever you are getting out. So like in each and every department there's a process which has been said to whom to give the authority and to whom to give the responsibilities. So this should be also there. There is one process where the thing is you need to identify, and with the help of identification the thing is you need to know about it, to whom the authority has been handed over and to whom the responsibility has been handed over. And finally the thing is what once you are doing with this whole process, the thing is you are getting out with the help of proper way where the task it has been enforced. So that is why the thing is what whenever the thing is it has been given the delegations of any kind of its authority, the starting it is what you need to know about the task. Next it is what you need to analyze the task. Next it is what a description of a task you should know. Introducing the group of the function, delineations of the scope of authorities and responsibility. So like it should be there whenever you are handling out any kind of its functions into departmental wise. So that is why it is this type of a process which has been used when into the departments are there. Whenever it has been you're handling out into it, now we will be moving out the further way, we'll be learning with the different types of departments. Now in this total concepts, you are having different types of departments. There are 5 types of departments which has been you will be learning into this types of departments. First is what a functional way of department. Next it is what a product way. Next it is what a territorial way. Next it is a customer way, and next is appropriated combinations which has been there. Appropriated combinations for this or for this type. Now first it is what the thing is the functional way. The functional in the sense it is what the categories here it has been given. The functions is as if you are having a sales, production, personnel, planning, etc. Means you are having a different way where the thing is you need to function now. Planning, organizing, directing, you're involving into the controlling with the help of a manpower. Then afterwards your sales, productions you do it out. Then afterwards what are the payments, what are the receipts, what are the personal managements, what you involved on that time, how the resources have been allocated, means a functional way. In the departmental wise, how you move it out, and with the help of the departmental wise, the thing is what you show it out your types of functions. Means as if you do how you analyze each and every work and how you do with the help of, and this thing how it has been done by with the help of doing an R&D only, the thing is each and every done. So this is what one type where a functions it has been developed, and with the help of it functions in each and every development. Then afterwards, it is called a product way. Now, product in the sense it is what when any of the people who are involved into the product means the people who are involved in with the production department. So their more concern will be having with the help of a department. Different departments are handling with the help of different functions. So that is why different departments are having the different products. So first it is what in air condition, accounting machines and etc. Here I have given one examples with it. So like further we'll be moving, so at least what you people will be aware like what are the categories which has been explained here. So this is what a product where the thing is the products related with the help of the product department it is being handled. Next is territorial way. Now territorial either you can say territorial or either you can say geographical way also where the thing is the departmental wise it has been there where the thing is what you do with the help of marketing wherever you do it with the you're running with the help of an organization, departmental wise, or else the thing is organization wise. Now here the thing is what means as if you are having the northern railway, western railways, and then after southern railways, then afterwards your western southern railways. Means there territorial wise the thing is you are having the half departments here this side, half department which has been annexed into the some other way. And then afterwards you are enforcing out your each and every work. And finally the thing is you thinking about the as if you think about for the territorial way that as if it is there on the geographical location wise, the department base. Then after customer wise, as you people will be related because as if for customer way you are having a different department when the people who are handling with the help of a wholesaler, retailer, manufacturers or a government it is being said, which is in related with the help of indirect customers where it is there. Next is a combination appropriated combinations of any of this type. Means as if the thing is further whatever the functional product and territorial and finally with the help of a customer and this all mixed together and then after there one more functions, one more department is in handle. It is called a mixed to mixed tasking which has been said like multitasking which has been said. So like one more department which has been handled with that type of it and then afterwards you're enforcing out with the certain kind of a new roles into it. So this thing happens. Now individually as if we'll move it to the different departments. So how the thing is they have been take over with the help of a different department. Now as if you can say, now wait, I'll just move it on the back side. Now as if you can say it like functional wise like whenever an exit out I'll just move it out how you analyze now in the functions like whenever it is there on the department production managers like production department how we go now as if we move it to the ground level as if you can say from the work superintendent now first I need to start from upper level means as if you go it from upper level so like where however you want you can go it out but this is the functional way how we will perform. First it is what you are having the MD and in MD you are having a different level that's the production manager and all the working it is all the works are given all the workers are allotted to the different peoples into the different sections you can say it out. A managing director which is start to say with the help of an arrows like you can identify. The first it is what a managing director which has been said. Next it is what which has been handed over with the help of a production manager. Next it is what you are having a production planning manager which has been there. Next it is what a production engineering manager it has been there. Then afterwards you are having industrial managers you are having. Then after maintenance managers you are having out. And last it is what a work superintendent. And with the help of a last work superintendent the thing is what last it is what the workers who are working with the hand of a superintendent. So that is this is all at higher level when then afterwards this all people need to report to the production manager and finally the thing is it should be related with the help of an MD which has been said a managing director. So this is what the functional way of department where it goes from the different managing level and it move it finally to the higher level. So like what is his work to hand it out this work this means whatever the report comes from this all level this all the people need to submit the reports to the production manager and finally the production manager is reporting to whom to the managing director. So then afterwards if the managing director is having the problem directly he will be coming and he will be speaking with the help of a production manager. He won't come through this level he will only speaking with the help of a production manager because this production manager is functioned into this 5 departments. This 5 managers comes into the production manager. So that is why this is the functional way where the thing is what you're moving into the different way. Now, as if a work superintendent means a supervisor who has been handling out internal, internal in this, what are the workers are working into it. So he's been handled. Then after maintenance manager who is maintaining by the maintaining all the manager maintaining all the items, electrical items like whatever it is in their machineries and all each and everything. Then after industrial managers who has been taking out with the help of the people who are working into the organization how you need to perform. This is the way how you annexed it out. Then after production engineering, if there's any kind of it like technical issues whichever it has been coming like whenever it is there in the production that way. And finally the thing is what a planning. Without planning the thing is what dissolved substances it has been not done. So then afterwards there's a manager's planning which has been done, and once you do with the help of the planning, you then afterwards this total report it will be submitted to whom? They like with the help of a production manager. So that is why you need to start it from the managing director, and then afterwards you are having the production manager, and this production manager you are having this type of it all 5 categories which has been embossed. So that is why these are the functional wise where the thing is what means into a departmental wise it has been allocated. Now, next it is what a product wise. Now, it has been resorted to whether specialization is required in respect to specific product of a company. Now, product wise, how the thing is it has been used with the department means as if it has been shown with the help of it like specialization. Specialization in the sense of how the product it has been inbuilt out and how the product it has been categorized. Means what in, for example, as if the product it has been there for the help of an air conditioner. So it has been having certain kind of specializations to that department, and then after a specific product, and with the help of its specific product, they do with the help of an R&D, they analyze each and everything, and then after the product wise the thing is it is the department it has been shown. Next it is what a territorial department what we have seen here. First it is what such a department rations especially attracting to the large scale enterprise or other having activities physically or geographically spread out. Now this is what a territorial way as if means as if you do the production or as if you functionize any way where it has been there territorial means it is there on the region or it has been outside of the geographical indication as if you do with the help of a different states or different cities you do with the help of a transactions which you do it out with the after seeing with the help of it attractive way of large scale. So like mostly this thing it is being embedded where you are having a large scale businesses when you are handling out. So like this in this you are having the main intentions of this department where the thinking about to develop like as if not even to the regions, to not even to the Mumbai, but even to the Pune, Kolkata, or whatever the Mumbai cities like, whatever the proper cities, metropolitan cities is also there. So there also you want to build it out. So you make it out that way. That the thing is what your work doesn't work into one city. It develops to the each and every cities also. And even my more intention will be also there as if the thing is what as if does not happen to the religion as if does not religion with the help of physical one. I do with the help of geographical indications as if it is not into the city, metropolitan city, but as if I even keep it to the state wise also. So that is why the thing is with this my productions and my growth will be more. And my business will be developed into the vast. My business will be developed into the vast, into the large scale one. So that is why my more intention will be on to the large scale enterprise. Next, it is what departmentation by the customers. It plays a great distinguish on the customers and distinguish one type from the other. So like this is what a customers, because currently as if in the customers you are having now as if you are a customers or as if you are a retailer or wholesaler. So like we are having now as if I am a retailer, I want to buy any kind of an article from outside. So I have two options. Either I can buy it from the wholesalers or either I can buy with the help of a manufacturer. The cost differed, and with the help of the cost the thing is what where a customer's preferences are be fulfilled it out. So that thing should also be done with the greater efficiency, emphasizing which has been done with the help of customers. So these are the way where it has been done with the help of where it has been help of it which has been done with the help of a departmental wise. Now next is what are the key factors of a departmentation. Since as if you are developing any kind of a department, so what are the things you need to identify, or else what are the things you need to enforce? What are the things how you're performing each and everywhere? Then only the thing is your work will be moving into the proper way. First, it is what you need to take the advantages of specialization. Specialization in this sense, it is what the people are having more knowledge. The people can plan, and after doing the plan, and they have been created an objective. Because like as if you want to start it out anything without objectives, the thing is you can't do anything. So that is why in the specialization, the people is the person who is having the greater opportunity, greater proper way where he's developing a good sense of it. So that thing of means as if they're showing good way of planning, organizing, and controlling each and everything. So that are the good advantages which you can do it. Next, it is what facilitating to control means as if it should be like resources like whatever you're making out, it should be controlled. It should be not like wasting of resources. You need to management also you need to control. We learned into the last sessions what the steps what we learned like how to control the management. It is not like that it's simply wasting of time like a certain way where you're using certain kind of good sense or certain way you're not using a good sense. So like your resources should be controlled properly. Next, aids to coordinations. Like you need to coordinations. There should be a good coordinations when you being into the people. Like when you being into departmentation, so it should be not like as if I fight with that person. So as if I fight with that person. Finally, the thing is I don't speak with anyone. There should be the good way of communications, coordination should be there amongst when you're being into the group, because as if departmentation basically dealing with the help of the people, where group of the people sitting together, and then after whatever the communication it has been there, the communication it has been discussed. So the coordination should be there. Next, it is what balancing the cost, like whatever the cost has been inbuilt when with the help of in production or any kind of it manufacturing or any kind of it retail or a wholesalers, like whatever the cost it has been there, that each and every cost should be balanced. It should be not more, should be not less. That should be also there. Next, it is what preparation for the departmentations. Like there should be a proper way of preparations whenever you are opening any kind of departmentation. There should be the proper way of preparations, like what to be there into this department, how you need to analyze into this department, how you need to enforce in this department, how you're performing your duties on this department, how you're analyzing each and everything on this department. There should be there. And once if you are performing a good way of preparations, then only the thing is your departmentation has been strong. So that is why the thing is the department is the key factor. Means when you're performing any kind of a departmentation, you need to perform this all factors. First, it is what you need to take the advantage of specialization. Next, it is what to control. Coordination there should be. Then afterwards, balancing the cost, whatever the cost it has been there. Preparation for the departmentations, like there should be proper way of departmentation preparations whenever you're doing. And finally, I can conclude it out into this way. Like organization is treated as a dynamical process and a managerial activity which is essential for planning the utilization of the company resources, plants and equipment, material, money and people to accomplish the various objectives. So that is why it has been said. Now into the organization, the basically it's a one type of a dynamical process. Dynamical means it is a one type of a youth process where you are enforcing out each and every item into the longer period of time, and where you're showing a managerial type of activity. Means as if you being into the manager and you're showing that kind of activity into it, and you with this the thing is when you're showing that kind of activity, you're doing certain kind of planning, and planning which is being you are doing which is being where planning wherever you are doing with the help of which is related with the help of resources, where you are having a certain kind of plans. Here it has been said equipment, it has been said, means you are developing a proper way of resources, and with the help of resources, the plants, your plants, equipments, monies, and the people who are accomplish their various objectives. Means this all peoples are involving together, and then finally the thing is what they are developing an organization. So that is why this process it has been treated a dynamical activity or dynamical process, and having a managerial activities or managerial skills which has been there. So that is why this is the way where you're enforcing out your organization. So this is what we have completed with the help of in this chapter. Now, I'll just summarize you the previous concepts, like whatever we have learned into the organization, so at least what you people will be getting an idea properly. So as if you have missed it out any kind of it points, so at least what you can just find it out that points, like how it has been clear it out. Now, starting with the help of with the organization, we have started with the help of an introduction way, how the into the introductions, how you need to analyze each and everything, and finally, the thing is what are the organization where the group of the peoples are involving together, and then afterwards they analyze it out each and everything, and finally they are getting certain kind of it way where they can plan each and everything, because as if from the previous only we are learning that management is the one where it's the arts and the science also. So that is why into the organization, till the time we was only learning the concept which was related with the help of a management. Now we will be learning with the help of an organization, because without organization the management can't run, and without management the organization can't run. So that is why we learn with the help of it management, what are the introduction of management. Now the next concept is what are the things that has been involved in the help of an like organization. So that is when organization, it is what where group of the peoples are involved together, and then afterwards they are developing certain kind of a new technical ideas, technical thoughts in it, and then finally the thing is what they are winding up with the different types of a departments. Then afterwards the thing is what here we have learned with the help of it, like advantages of different way, where of we learn with the help of it advantages, importance also of why organization, because it creates a certain kind of it objectives, because as if on under the organization, whenever I'm opening any kind of it organization, my main motive is what first to be do put with the help of an objectives. Objective in the sense, it is what without my mission, vision and goal, my work cannot be completed into the right one. So that is why the thing is I require the mission, vision and goal should be there. And after completing my mission, vision, goal only, then only my work will be moving for the correct direction. So that is why this all the concept we have been started up with the help of we have been started with the help of this. So like this is what the features, like we went with in first objectives, then identifying the enumerating the activities, whatever it is was done. Then afterwards, whatever the duties we were assigning, then afterwards the authorities it was granted on that time, creating the authority of relationships. This thing we have learned. This other way. Now here we have learned nature of an organization also. We learn with the two concepts. First is what you need to be coordinating with each and everyone. You need to be have proper good relations also with each and everyone. Then only the thing is you can wind it up with each and every work into the right direction. So with the help of the two concepts. So that is why into the organization the coordination is must. So without the coordination, the thing is, because as if you want to speak it out to relating to any kind of a matter, you only speak it out, you don't analyze each and everything. So what's the use of it? Like the communication differs. So that is why to make it the communication into the correct direction, so you need to coordinate it out with properly, and then afterwards you need to analyze. So that thing should be there. Then what are the importance of an organization? What are the things? It's a one type of it administrations and the management where it isn't there. You get the growth. Then afterwards you get the opportunity, optimum uses of resources and stimulating the creativity. You get a good type of a new choice, you get it. Then afterwards you improve the technology. Then after coordinations, the enterprising, executive development, cooperating amongst the workers. So that is why these are the way where you're using out certain way of importance of an organization. Now these are the principles where you're using out. Now principles first is what like first there should be a principle you need to develop with the help of an objective. Then afterwards there was certain way where the thing is each and everything should be having into the unity which has been done. Then afterwards on your next term which is we said that proper authority should be given to each and every people when they being into the organization. Then afterwards each and every as if I develop one kind of a principle with the help of an efficiency, each and every people should be having the proper way of efficiency. There should be a proper way of coordination should be also there. Means these are the principles where I need to show it, because as if I develop a certain kind of it rules, principles it is what a one kind of it rules. So as if I develop that kind of it good proper rules or clear objectives into it, so at least what the people can be clarified. And with this, the thing is what my work will be become more easier whenever I do with the help of it communication. Because as if we learn, there should be proper way of coordinations and communication should be a proper way. Next is what we learn with the help of it, like a principles which is related with the help of delegations. Each and everything should be balanced. It should be proper change. Federal principles of an organization should be created properly. Then we learn with the two type of it organization, formal and informal way of organization. Now in the formal way, it is what where you're setting out your proper goals, your group of the peoples are involving together, and the authorities and responsibility are delegated properly. Means according to like set of following certain new rules and regulations, you are taking out that authorities in your hands and responsibility in your hands. So that's a formal way of organization. What you do it. An informal way, it is what one type where the thing is what it's a one type of interrelations or interpersonal relationships which has been there, where you're talking a very casually, means as if you're having into the organization, you're performing very casually, like when you're being into the organization. It shows certain kind of attitudes and behaviors like perceptions and your likes and dislikes. This has all been affected. Then afterwards, we learn with the help of it advantages and disadvantages also, where a longer period of time we seen about it, what are the employees, how they're performing with the help of an informal way. Then afterwards, what the thing is, what they do with the help of it, disadvantages. There's a like less of control relating with the help of a management, which has been said when related with the help of an advantages into management. Then afterwards they analyze with the help of a management. Now disadvantages, it is what you raise a certain way of conflicts or a rumors which has been attracted like a group of the things, perceptions of philosophies or like certain way where distractions happen. So then afterwards your informal way of informal way of organizing into informal way of communication is deferred, and there's certain kind of a barriers occur. So this thing also happens into the word concept with the help of disadvantages. Next, it is what a span of control, which has been said. Now, we learn with the help of span of control where the superiors and the subordinates come together, and then afterwards they work it out. And once they work each and everything, and that work will be for the longer period of time, which the people comes in together. And then after whatever the rules and responsibility it is been there, both the peoples come together, and then afterwards they enforce their proper way of responsibilities which has been allocated, and as if it is in like a group involvement. So basically, the span of control, it's a one way where a group of the people, group means the superiors and subordinates come together, and then afterwards the people perform the group, and with the help of the group they complete it out the task. And they control it out whatever the resources, how much they want, they take that kind of resources only, and rest of the resources like they doesn't being utilized. So that is why they allocated the resources into the correct direction. So like main intention, it is what of span of control, it is what to resources, to allocate the resources with the help of a mathematical formulas, whatever it has been given to it. So this is what it has been said. Now here it has been given the features, here it has been given now executive, like how to start, then after what are the jobs, what are the works should be there, then afterwards how to supervise each and everything, then after capacity of subordinators, then effective communications, what you do is, then after organization assistance, then after degree for the supervising coordination needed, similarity of in functions. So like basically this, it has been said with the help of the people where the superiors and subordinates come together, and then afterwards they work it out and they control certain kind of resources. So this thing what it happens into where with the help of a span of control. Departmentations, where we have seen where the group of the people are coming together and they are getting one kind of activities, and with the activities and the activities which has been given, so it is like into the people, all the peoples are coming together, and then afterwards they are completing out that activity, and after completing out that activity, and even they are having, and how they complete the activity with the help of it, like categorized, they have already been categorized into the different departments, and with the help of departments they are giving certain kind of functions also which has been allocated. So we learn with the different process also how the task was, they need to identify with the help of task. Then afterwards they analyze the task, then after descriptions of the task, then afterwards finally they entrusted the group of functions. Then after finally the thing is the scope, they have been delegated with the help of it, like responsibilities and authority which has been allocated to the head of the people into the departments on that time. Then after we learned the types of departments, where five types we have learned with the help of functions, product, territorials and customers, and appropriated combinations of each and every one. We learned with the different terms also. We went with the internals, where functions wise we went with the help of departmental wise where we went. So like from starting to end we went at how these functions are being enforced. So first we went with the help of it. You are having the MDs, and how the afterwards the MDs, it has been taken over with the help of production managers, and then afterwards in the production managers in